Hello, my name is Claire Sheffer and I'm representing A.T. Still University, and today I'm going to be talking to you about data manipulation and the importance of visualizations. So let's get started. So I chose to focus on educational data, specifically the visualization being an interactive map. So this data set describes average number of years of education and the proportion of the population with less than a primary education. Specifically looked at males and females between the ages of 15 and 49. It looked at the years between 2000 and 2017, and it specifically focused on Central and South America, Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. So there were many adjustable filters. First were years of education versus proportion of the population with less than primary education. You could look between the years of 15 and 49, or for more specifics, 20 to 24. You could look at males versus females versus the difference between the two, specifically number of years in males minus females. You could look at the mean, the upper, and the lower. You could look at an individual year anywhere between 2000 and 2017. The location, so you could choose an individual country or look at them all. Data display, you could either show geospatial or aggregate. And finally, detail level, so less versus more. So if you look to your right, you can see the filter menu and the options that I chose. So I chose years of education, ages 15 to 49, the difference between males and females, mean years of education in the year 2017, the location being all. I wanted to see the entire map, an aggregate of that, and then a moderate level of detail. So above you can see what my map looks like based off of the filters I chose. So there is clickability of individual data points. So let's say I'm interested in Afghanistan. I can choose Afghanistan as an individual country, and a pop-up window will happen and it'll give me information on that country. There's no play feature and no animation, but there is an ability to zoom. So this is what an individual plot point looks like on this interactive map. So I chose Brazil. So in this case, I looked at Brazil, the difference between men and women in years of education. So the mean would mean that women received 0.78 more years of education than men, the upper being 0.85 more years in women, and 0.71 more years lower for the lower limit in women. You can also see how this has changed over the past 17 years on the chart below. So this is obviously very different than the raw data, which is shown in spreadsheet format. Basically, what each one does is it gives information based off of specific filter choices. In this case, it looked at mean years of education for women and was organized by country and year. This is one of many different data sites. So while this information I was able to gain individual plot points, it was much more difficult than the interactive map just because I had to search through a lot more data points before finding the one I was most interested in. It's much more overwhelming and much less easy to use. The big question is, how does visualization assist in understanding information? Well, first you have customizability. I can choose filters in order to find individual plot points. This allows greater accessibility of those individual plot points. I'm not searching through 100 data pieces in order to find the one I'm most interested in. I'm putting all of what I want into the filter options, and the visualization is finding that data for me. This causes an increased interest and attractiveness. When you're looking at a map and all of its colors, you're much more likely to have a person use that than if they're having to find individual plot points on a spreadsheet. This means it's going to be used more often, and the information is going to be out there in a wider way. Here are all my references. Thank you very much for listening to me today. If you have any questions, that's my name and email there below. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.